In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 most dangerous water slides of all the time. So, before starting the video, please like this video. Do subscribe and turn on the notification to our channel for future updates. Greetings, water park fans, you've got everything sideways. The world's most dangerous rides aren't upside-down roller coasters or rickety, hurriedly put-together carnival rides. No, they're your favorite coasters, the ones with crazy splashdowns and terrifying manufactured waterfalls, as well as so much water flowing up your nose all day that you could open your own water park. That isn't just a cynical viewpoint, either. A water slide has a higher risk of injury than any other type of amusement park ride. 10. The Vertigo Water Slide. At Aqualandia in Benidorm, Spain, the Vertigo is a 108-foot-tall water slide. Riders are lowered through a trap door, down a steep slide, and into the water, which sounds thrilling as long as you get through the trap door. What's going on here? Jamie Norman, a British visitor, said he enjoyed the Vertigo so much that he went down it 3 times. However, the third time was different because the trapdoor did not fully open, crushing his arm, legs, and face. Okay, it was terrifying, but Norman was treated by an on-site doctor and rushed out of the park with free zoo passes as a reward for his trouble. In addition, the Vertigo was reopened around 10 minutes later, which does not appear to be enough time to clean up the blood or repair a broken trapdoor. 9. The Steamer Water Slide. Canada. It's the United States, but with a lot more common sense. Most of the time, at least. Someone at the Calypso Water Park apparently missed the memo about prudence, because the park is not only operating a water slide that is shown to be unsafe on several occasions, but they're also pretending that it isn't dangerous so that people will keep riding it. The steamer, dubbed something close to a sewage bowl by the Ottawa Sun, is one of the most notorious rides at the Calypso Water Park. However, it isn't the only one that has been related to major accidents. Riders in the steamer sit in tubes and circle a massive funnel before washing into an exit slide. If your inner tube doesn't roll over before you reach the exit, it sounds like a lot of fun. The park was accused of failing to notify the regulatory authority in charge of keeping Ottawa's amusement parks under check of injuries sustained on the steamer. Ultimately, the park was charged with 20 safety infractions, 9 of which were later dropped due to a lack of evidence, according to the Ottawa Citizen, 14 of which were directly tied to 3 different incidents on the steamer in 2011. 8. The Aquasphere Water Slide. In hospital emergency rooms, nothing beats a family raft ride for bringing families together. Yes, parents can bond while watching their children receive treatment for several water slide-related injuries at the Peninsula Aquatic Recreation Centre, Park, in Frankston, Australia. Although Park has 2 well-known slides, its Aquasphere has been related to an exceptionally high incidence of mishaps. 2 adults were hit in the head by the slide's tunnel on one occasion, resulting in head injuries. The slide was closed for 10 months, but just days after it reopened, another accident occurred, this time involving a woman who suffered significant back pain after riding the Aquasphere. A child slid off the tube within the ride and was pummeling around the inside before being expelled on another time. The youngster was unconscious for approximately 15 minutes, according to one witness. 7. Cannonball Falls. One of the more well-known action park rides was Cannonball Falls, which included a 10-foot plunge into a mountain pool, and was recently decommissioned. With 6 injuries during the 2015 season alone, it was the most dangerous water slide in the state of New Jersey. Still, that's a drop in the bucket compared to the overall number of action park injuries that season, 27, which is a drop in the bucket compared to 2012. 70. Cannonball Falls was permanently closed a few weeks before the conclusion of the 2015 season, according to NJ.com, so that's something. In certain ways, yes. 6. The Abrasion Scoot Water Slide. Water slide designers take great effort to avoid sharp edges, but there are always those pesky seams that can hurt if hit at exactly the right angle. Imagine a water slide made entirely of seams, except the seams are actually metal rollers, similar to those found on warehouse conveyor belts. Yes, someone at Action Park had the brilliant notion of building a slide out of warehouse rollers, since a quick jet of water isn't abrasive enough. Riders proceeded down the Aqua Scoot on a plastic sled, safety first, with the intention of picking up a lot of speed and then skipping across the water at the bottom like a flat stone, according to AMC. 5. The Black Hole of Injury reports. The Wet North Wild Water Park in Orlando is no longer open, which means the park's most famous water slide has joined the ranks of items that end up in black holes. The black hole, defined by the Orlando Business Journal as a winding attraction where passengers shoot down a dark tube on a two-person float, was at the center of many of the park's problems. In 1994, one guy was seriously hurt by the black hole, and he sought and won a $1.73 million judgment against the amusement park in 2000. The man claimed he was struck by something in the dark and couldn't move his legs when he got to the bottom of the slide. A titanium plate had to be inserted into his neck by doctors. The park claimed ignorance, which does not appear to be a strong defense. Employees testified throughout the trial that rafts were frequently trapped, and that attendants would send a fresh raft into the ride before the first one was confirmed to have exited. 4. The most horrific water slide accident of all time. It's terrible when someone is hurt or murdered while doing something that is supposed to be enjoyable. But the heinous manner in which this child died makes it difficult to even contemplate, let alone put into words. The Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City aspired to be the world's highest water slide, so they built a 170-foot monster called Verruckt, which translates to mad in German. Then Caleb Schwab, a 10-year-old child, boarded the ride and was beheaded when his raft grabbed air and his head collided with a pole. According to The Independent, state prosecutors filed criminal charges against the park, but they were eventually dismissed by a judge who ruled that the evidence against it was improper. The prosecution attorney presented his case using film from a dramatized documentary called Extreme Water Parks, which most people will agree is a foolish thing to do in a trial unless you're a lawyer on The Simpsons or something. 3. The Cannonball Loop. And now for the world's most famous water slide, ladies and gentlemen. It was so well known that riders had to be hosed off to increase their chances of finishing. It was so infamous that even Action Park's most adventurous adventurers refused to participate. It became so well known that it was cancelled after only one season. Cannonball Loop, to be honest, resembled an interdimensional hamster home. It was long and dark, with a loop at the end that seemed so implausible that you had to wonder if it was running on a devil's bargain because it didn't seem to follow any physical rules. According to Gizmodo, the Cannonball Loop debuted in the summer of 1985, but it only lasted about a month before being shut down by the New Jersey Carnival Amusement Ride Safety Board because, while all of the other crazy action park attractions were fine, this one clearly went too far. 2. The Hawaiian Falls. The signal that alerts the ride operator when to send the next rider down is one of the most important safety procedures on any water slide. You don't want to send the next person down if the last one hasn't yet emerged from the bottom. When Castro Home realized he was stranded in the midst of a slide at the Hawaiian Falls water park in the summer of 2015, that was the malfunction. That wasn't very frightening until he noticed that someone else was coming down the slide behind him, and that this person was large and fast. Castro Home lost consciousness when the second rider slammed into him and awoke at the bottom of the slide. He was transported by ambulance to a hospital and treated for injuries to his shoulder, head, leg, and back. Castro Home filed a $100,000 lawsuit against the park, which included $12,000 in medical bills. Later, he told CBS Austin that he believes the slide should be equipped with a light system that alerts operators when a rider has exited the water safely. 1. Slip and spinal injury. Finally, despite the fact that you've probably likely heard of it, here's a water slide you had no clue was deadly. You may have even purchased one for your children since, let's face it, actual water parks are far too pricey and unsafe for them. We're talking about the slip and slide, everyone's childhood favorite. A cool drink on a hot summer day. Inflicts bruising. Deliverer of amoebae that consume the brain. Adults and teenagers are apparently paralyzed by it. Adults and teenagers who fall headfirst into a slip and slide may strike and abruptly stop in such a way that could cause irreversible spinal cord injury, culminating in quadriplegia or paraplegia, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. But hey, that was 1993. Surely Whammo has improved the slip and slides design since then. Nope. The design is still essentially the same. So, that's it for today's video. What are your thoughts on our video? Please let us know in comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification to our channel before you go. Thank you so much for watching.